Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, take two. It is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your Viceroy of Verisimilitude, but most importantly, your Pharaoh of Physical Media, Robert Meyer Burnett, and this is episode 9 of Sing It With Me Now. Let's get physical. Media.
Physical.
I want to get physical. Anyway, I'll spare you that much singing. But anyway, we are here once again at our show, and it wouldn't be a show without my good friend, Mr. Dieter Bastian from Saarbrücken, Deutschland, my favorite German on the planet Earth. Dieter, how are you?
I'm very fine. Happy New Year to everyone, and welcome to the B&B Motel for our first live show of this year for Let's Get Physical Media. I hope everyone has done a nice jump into the new year, but don't forget, even if the number has changed, COVID is still around, so wear your masks, people, and watch Cobra Kai, of course. Season 3. So, Rob, I have become a trader on Friday. I was just a pure streamer. Can you imagine?
What? You're just a pure streamer?
Don't tell anyone, Rob.
Why?
Just streamed Cobra Kai on Friday. Didn't watch any physical media.
No physical media. Well, you know what? Since I last saw you, I got a Schnäppchen.
You got a Schnäppchen?
I got a Schnäppchen.
Tell me about it.
I got a Schnäppchen from Zavvi. Now, for those of you who don't remember or have never watched this show before, a Schnäppchen is a bargain when you get something for a good price. Is that correct? Do I understand a Schnäppchen?
Correct.
Well, I was slacking off on my Christopher Nolan movies, and Zavvi had a sale, 50% off of the Christopher Nolan box set, the 4K box set. And this box, I think it was available domestically as well, but this box is
I got the same one too.
Yeah, and it's got the box of the movies in 4K, a box of the films in Blu-ray, and a box of all the special features. Now, I don't know why I slept on this set. I just didn't get this set. The only movie I have of his, believe it or not, in 4K was Dunkirk, and I was really.
Dunkirk is not in the box, or
no, it is. Dunkirk is in this box,
okay.
So I only doubled up once, but for half off, this was a Schnäppchen, and very happy to have got this from Zavvi. So thank you to them.
And Zavvi brings me to the first bad news that I told you about already in the last year. Amazon UK, because of the Brexit, canceled all my pre-orders.
Now explain this to us. Explain how now Brexit has affected me personally, because that means some of your pre-orders are my pre-orders.
Probably you have to get to Emma Bannon now. Or
yeah, I'm gonna have. I mean, what happened there?
Through the Brexit, the custom is changed again. When Great Britain was in the EU, there was no customs, but now the customs is back in full swing. But I don't know, there is some last-minute change about that. And all my pre-orders got canceled. When I do an order from Amazon America, they always added a fee for the customs. If I come across some sum of, let's say $25, they automatically added a customs fee to it. But that was not in place at Amazon UK. So I hope I got a nice chat with someone from Amazon. He will refer this problem to his colleagues, and I hope they can work out the problem so I can order again. Until then, Rob, let's do the German lesson direct. Now, at the moment, one saying in German is abwarten und Tee trinken.
Abwarten und Tee trinken? What?
Abwarten und Tee trinken.
Abwarten
und Tee trinken.
I can't.
Translated, let's wait and drink tea.
Let's wait.
Which just means let's be patient about it. So I hope everything will come back in full swing when they have to figure it out how to put the customs fee with the order. So I hope it will get changed. But all my pre-orders, Rob, except for New Mutants, the 4K, got cancelled. Well, this was a bitter pill of 2020, the last bitter pill of 2020.
Wow, that is very frustrating for all of us.
Yeah,
you know, I did something dumb. Since we're confessing, so one of my favorite horror films of the last 20 years is a French film called Inside.
Ooh,
with
yummy. What a video nasty, Rob. What a video nasty.
It's such a good one, and I found a Blu-ray. You know, I don't have it on Blu-ray. I found a Blu-ray. I think it was on Amazon. I don't know why. And I just clicked. And it came. I got it.
Okay, nice.
Here it is. Here's the French film Inside. However, this is a Spanish Blu-ray, and it only has Portuguese and Spanish subtitles.
Damn.
So it's in French, so Elizabeth can watch it. But I
would not recommend this movie to Elizabeth.
As a mom, I think she should watch it.
Yeah.
But
totally.
But this is you know, it's the perils. Sometimes these things happen, and of course, problematic. Very, very not really upset. What can I do? But
so you don't have Inside at all at the moment.
I have it on DVD.
On DVD,
but I don't have it on Blu-ray.
I will check the German ones, which are uncut, but I don't think they have English subtitles.
Yeah, see, this is a problem when we're trying, and just like I can't get Roman Polanski's new movie anywhere because there's no English subtitles on any format, and I'm very upset about that. It's about the Dreyfus affair. But you know what I did get? I got a box from you.
From me? From Saarbrücken, Deutschland?
From you, I got a box from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. Now, you've already shown everything that you were sending me in the box. Yeah. So I figure there's no reason to show it again. But I did open a few things because you didn't open them. And I appreciate that you let me open them when I get them. And one of the things that I have to say that you sent me that I am just damn proud of is this media book of the great Paul Verhoeven and his masterpiece, Showgirls. And oh my God, look at this foil embossed media book. I mean, look at the back cover. I mean, this, if you're going to own Showgirls, and let's face it, Dieter, who doesn't want to own Showgirls? If you're going to own Showgirls, you want to have it looking in it. This is a 4K disc. It's spectacular, this media book. And of course, you know, you open up the first page. There's nudity in the book, which you know you're doing all right. I mean, I know I can't understand the German, but it's kind of like getting a Playboy when you were like 8. You just want it for the pictures, not the articles.
The more pictures, and so the better. The
better. And it's actually a pretty extensive article, and it's pretty good. But what it comes with also that makes it very exciting to own is the documentary You Don't Know Me, on its separate disc. So that is pretty damn exciting. So I'm
really looking forward to what you will say about the 4K transfer. We talked already about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some controversy, the same as there was with the Rollerball disc. I'll have to.
Even more with Showgirls.
Yeah, but you said that you liked because it just accentuated the garish nature of being in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, the colors are totally bold on this transfer. So considering Las Vegas, for me, it fits.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
On the Blu-ray, you have to have the normal transfer, so you have both options available.
Right. Well, then also one of the other things that you sent me, which you thought was a necessary item in my collection, was Rambo Last Blood, this German media book.
The international version, 10 minutes.
This is the international version, which is longer. It's good to have this. This does not come in the Rambo Steelbook set that I showed earlier. But again, this is even though it's in German, some of the quotes, some of the pictures they have are in English. But I got to tell you, I love these. Is this Turbine?
No, this is Splendid, I think.
It's Splendid. I love the German media books. I mean, I really do. And we don't really have them, but it's great that you're sending these to me. You sent me a lot more, like the Wave and everything that you showed in the last couple.
Now you have the choice, longer version or the
which I think is great. Now, other things that I acquired, because really not much has come out in the last couple weeks, but one of the things that I've been very what I found to be very fun, there are 2 UK labels. Obviously, one is Arrow, and Arrow put out Tremors in 4K. This box set is beautiful, and there's a poster in here, and there's a big booklet, and then the disc in 4K, and the cover. These covers are absolutely. I mean, I should cut to a full frame so I can really you can appreciate the covers on these. Are really gorgeous. Well, not to be outdone, Indicator, which is another great UK label, Indicator is doing the same thing. Now, this is Richard Franklin's movie Road Games that I love.
Not familiar with the movie.
Oh, it's really, really good. Richard Franklin, who directed Psycho 2, directed this. And this is they're following Arrow's lead. They're putting it in the same kind of packaging. Also with a book. Jamie Lee Curtis stars in this movie, and this is a really extensive book. There's a picture of Richard Franklin in a USC Cinema hat. And this also comes with a poster of this new artwork. And Indicator, or Powerhouse, is, I mean, look at this art. It's awesome. Indicator has been doing incredible transfers. They were redoing old Columbia stuff. And Indicator, most of the stuff they put out, and they've been doing these great vintage box sets, are absolutely worth picking up. So it's gotten to the point where pretty much anything that Arrow or Indicator releases is worth getting. And obviously these labels are both out of the UK, so, well, I don't know if Brexit's going to affect our customs. I don't think so, because we weren't part of the EU.
Probably not, but we'll see about that.
Yeah.
So from my side, of course, first 2 titles, I have to go to Pasadena. I will help you a little bit out with Scotty Atkins here. You will get something from Scott. This is the Debt Collector collection with part 1 and 2. It's a nice buddy movie with Louis Mandylor, which I always like. He always brings something special to every role he's in it. They have a nice chemistry together. And in the second one, without spoiling anything, they have a brawl together, which reminds me of The Brawl in They Live, who goes on forever. Something like this. But this is one of my 2 favorites of him. So both movies in one 0815, 0815 Emery. So you get something from Scotty. And this one, Better Watch Out.
Yeah.
A Christmas movie, which I totally dug for a babysitter. Has to watch the kids, but something goes awry. Unfortunately, you couldn't watch it at Christmas, so we'll have to wait a little bit. And limited edition numbers, I don't know if I can get it, 131. Yeah. So these 2 titles will have to go to Pasadena.
Oh, too bad.
A little side note from last week, which I totally forgot. My friend Thomas yesterday made me aware of it. Look at the number of the Nemesis Media Book Rob. If I can put it, I've got here 111, Rob. So I have a Schnapszahl.
Oh, yes, you did.
I have a Schnapszahl, liquor number, considering the limited edition. Rob, there are actually four discs in this thing.
That is incredible.
One with all 4 Nemesis movies. Don't ask me about the quality of the movies on this.
Wow, I didn't. Wow, that's quite
but I didn't know the second disc behind the Blu-ray is only a DVD, but it has the Japanese cut of the movie. So I don't know about this one, but it's only a Blu-ray. So I just wanted to show that I had to have a Schnapszahl here with this edition. So you don't have anything else anymore? that you got this week?
I don't, because
Okay.
I didn't get much this. Oh, you know what? I did. Hang on a second. I got something you told me to get though.
I told you to get.
Yes.
Yes, you showed it
Yes.
at the Zoom party. No One Lives from Yuki Tamura. What I got this week, let's start with a present from a friend of mine. I didn't find time to hear it. This is a Japanese Santana Abraxas.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
It's an SA CD with Stratophonic sound, but I didn't find time at the moment to hear how good it is. So this is a Japanese edition from Santana. Then I've got, don't expect anything anymore, but I'm a fan, so I buy it. The new Jackie Chan movie, Vanguard, but I'm expecting, a lot of CGI driving, like in Peninsula. So I don't expect anything from the movie, but as a long-time fan, you buy the stuff. The next one, I have to give a little shout out to another YouTube channel, because I watch other YouTube channels than yours, Rob.
No.
What a sacrilege.
I actually watch more YouTube channels than me.
The YouTube channel is called Drum Dumps. It's Lee McCoy's channel, and he recommended this movie. It's a little bit older, Look Away, from 2018. But unfortunately, I found it was more mediocre. I expect a little more from it. Was nice, but not really that great, I would say. But nevertheless, Drum Dumps, if you're watching, thanks for the recommendation, nevertheless. So this guy I got. Then I got from the US, I don't know if it's any good, Opening Act from stand-up comedian, help me, Jimmy O. Yang.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a movie, so I don't know if it's good. Let's see. And I've got, at the beginning of this week, I've got from Blue Underground.
From Blue Underground, yeah.
The Vigilante 4K.
They've been killing it. They've been killing it with their discs.
I didn't know about the movie. So you have the reversible cover under it, as always. Didn't know about the movie. And was expecting a little more Vigilante going on at the movie. Times change. And Robert Forster, unfortunately, played a little bit emotionless to my taste. He loses his son, but didn't show any emotions for it. But okay, what can you do? And the last thing, everyone at the moment is hyped for it. The Expanse, season 4, of course. Even if it's streaming on Amazon, the science fiction series is too good to pass up on physical media.
Plus, it'll look great on physical media, too.
And surprisingly, it has some bonus features on it. Surprisingly.
Oh, that's good.
Expanse season 4. So this was my haul this week, Rob. It wasn't more from my side.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, the beginning of the year, clearly it's a slow time. It's a slow time. I don't think there's anything that I want to pick up for most of this month. Which is great, because now I can alphabetize everything that's not alphabetized. Do you have an alphabet? Do you have a problem alphabetizing your stuff? Like, I
have a problem making order at all from any stuff.
Yeah.
The only order is a little bit here. Do I have the movie or do I have the movie not? And even that, it's getting wonkier. Then I buy it, and then I already got the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that way too. It's getting to the point where, I said when I first started talking on the show, I said, look, I want to keep my collection like 2,500 discs. But I've been going through all the stuff I own. I found a bunch of DVDs I'd forgot that I kept, and I'm going through all this, and mostly it's a space issue. We don't have unlimited space, and it gets to the point where, what is it that we're going to keep? And a lot of the stuff we buy sometimes is upgrades. But like the Nolan set, I've got this great Dark Knight special edition box. So I love the box. So do I put my 4K discs in that special edition box and get rid of the Blu-rays? Or nope, the answer to that is no, you don't. But then you've got this box to deal with, which is also cool. Like, I'm like, I like this. I like this silver and the matte finish, and I like you slide it up and you've got this whole cool, all these cases, and I need both because we're collectors. And why would we want...
junkies, Rob. We're junkies.
We are junkies. We're junkies. But really, ultimately to me, I feel the same way about physical media that I feel about action figures, which is really at the end of the day, I want the movie in the best possible form that I can get it in. I mean, that's really what you're looking for. At the end of the day, collecting packaging is fine, and we like our packaging, but I do feel that ultimately it's the movie itself. And like once I have a good Blu-ray, the DVD is irrelevant to me. And if I get a good 4K, then the Blu-ray is irrelevant to me. It's got to go. And that's why
that's always our stepping stone.
Yes. And as we've said,
justifying to get a new version.
And 4K, I believe, is where physical media it's the end of the line for physical media. I really believe that. I don't think the studios are going to go back in with streaming the way it is. I think that 4K is the end of the physical media line. So in 40 years, I've been buying physical media literally for 40 years. I don't have to worry about another format, so I feel content when I can get that final 4K disc and make it, and know that's my journey is over. I don't have to buy the Dark Knight anymore in anything. I have it.
Considering you're mentioning the space is always a problem, that brings me to our first special edition, because you have already shown this series on our show, and I have it a little bit more contained, not as big as yours. It's our favorite Battlestar Galactica. And see, Rob, they cut off the edges like the papers they use. So
that's pretty cool, though. Wow,
like you said,
I've never seen
even
that before.
In the special packages, there is authorship of it.
Yes,
considering the series. So
I mean, that's really. I love when the designers do that.
Yeah, let's take one out here. So,
wow, that's really neat.
So this is season 1, and we've got, of course, 4 of them. So these are 6 discs. This was 2. We have 3. So it doesn't take up that much space as your big one, Rob.
Right, but that's really cool.
And you've got a little bit, of course, complete series, a little bit of the guide for the series as well. And Rob, would you believe it? Probably yes. I have the season 1 on HD DVD, and even on HD DVD.
Oh, I believe it.
They already did the same thing, considering the edges of the package. And this had a nice slip folder around it. So Battlestar Galactica is my first special edition. We already had it on our show, but it's a little bit different than yours.
It works for me.
Okay, that was my first special edition.
I've got something different. Since you have shown music, and I have not shown any music on this show. You've shown CDs and music. Yeah. I wanted to show one of my favorite special edition CD sets that I have.
Totally.
Now, I don't know if our viewers know David Sylvian. He's sort of an art rocker with the band Japan. He was one of the founders. Well, he didn't found it, but back when new romantic music was in vogue in England, Japan was like kind of an art rock band that was influenced by everybody from, I don't know, many different influences. But I'm a huge fan of, Roxy music, Japan. I kind of think of them all in the same vein. But this was something I picked up in, I want to say, in the 80s. And I've had this. It's one of my favorite special edition CDs, not just because of the music. This is the David Sylvian Weather Box.
Okay.
Now, you open it up, and it has the CDs in here. And it's all the albums, his solo albums, Secrets of the Beehive, Gone to Earth, the instrumental version, and each of the discs has...
Are they remastered CDs or...
No, like these are original CDs, but they're all, of a piece, and I think that they're all very, very cool. I mean, it was all... The design work that was put into this is stunning. And it's really, really neat. And I've had this for a long, long, long time. And it's one of my favorite CD sets. Here's the this is the Gone to Earth instrumental version. And I mean, it's just a really neat set. Here's Secrets of the Beehive, which is, if you know the album, this is probably his most famous album that people know. And then it comes with, well, as I try and take it out, a really cool book. Now, Virgin put this out, so it's a book. It's a book that comes with this. So first, you again the I mean, it's got, you can't science through it, but it's got everything that's on the album, and then. It's not really liner notes. It's just like more artwork, and it's great. It's fantastic, and I love it. And then, of course, there's this book, and the book has all the information about, if I can show it to you, it's got essays and liner notes, and it's just awesome. If you're a fan of David Sylvian, and I am, so. Again,
in future shows, I will show some music CD collections as well.
Yeah, and I just miss the days. I mean, one of the things that we've really lost is CD collections like this, and I've missed the days where you could get these kinds of amazing special editions. Now, there have been some really great vinyl box sets, like I showed the Prince box set for Sign of the Times. Those are amazing, and I love getting those, and the fact that people are making them, and vinyl box sets. Like I have a Frankie Goes to Hollywood's for the I guess the 30th anniversary of the release of that album back in 2014. I spent like $300 to get this huge box with vinyl, and it even had a cassette single in it and DVDs and everything. But to have these artifacts, I really miss the days. And I have quite a bit of these things. Like I've got a few others for favorite albums, The Cure's Disintegration, or when they remastered it, or The Cult, their album Love, that I love so much that she sells Sanctuary off of. I miss, in addition to movies, I just miss these things. And
totally.
I thought I would show it. So that's my special edition for the week.
But I have one more to show from
please.
the DVD days, because we all love our Friday the 13th box set. So I think it's time for Schau to put something together so we can get our Nightmare on Elm Street collection.
One of my favorite. Back in the DVD realm.
Back in the DVD world, yes,
that was one of the best.
You know it. It's the DVDs, and it comes came with a nice book for the Nightmare series in it. And Rob, considering back in the DVD days, where I actually was a fan of the snapper cases. You too, or not so much?
No,
too flimsy for you?
I like those. New Line did those for they had their special edition. There was something about those snapper cases early on that felt special.
Yeah, definitely. And so sometimes you could fold it out two times.
Yeah.
So I always like the snapper casing. So I hope we will get something like the Friday box with the nightmare titles.
I do too. I'm a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street films. I really am. And the fantasy aspects of them are great. So I think it's fair to say every movie is a little bit special in this series, considering the fantasy aspect. Everything has a little bit other to offer. Yeah.
So the only thing was that the covers, that they made it very, very small on this snapper case. So let's hope they will give us a Blu-ray box set of all the Nightmare.
I would hope so. I think there's less rights issues with the Nightmare films. Probably a lot easier to
deal with. From New Line, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know. And the great thing would be if we would get a Dream Child in the unrated version, which I still have, I think, as a VHS and a C tape.
Right. I mean, and again, they've got. I think if you have people like Shout, judging by what they did with the Friday the 13th box set, they'll they will spare no expense to find this material because they want it to be definitive. They don't want anyone to be like, well, you didn't get this or you didn't get that. So that's one of the great things when you get these great box sets is everybody's looking to make them the final word in these movies. So you get the definitive versions of all of them, which is great.
Considering the Dream Child, you told me you were on the set when they filmed the bike scene.
Yes, I was. And that was when I was working on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and that was actually shot in the A1 Globe building, the bike transformation thing, and it was crazy to watch. I mean, it was a lot of fun. And I miss the days when in my youth, when I was in my early 20s, and being on the sets of New Line horror movies. those were the days. Now I don't get to go to any sets anymore. I just stay in this garage and talk to myself on a camera.
We all say about New Line, the house that Freddy built.
Yes, it is definitely the house that Freddy built. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I think 2020, despite the pandemic, was an amazing year for physical media releases. Well, obviously, we went over a few. I've watched some other channels that really celebrated how many different kinds of great physical media releases there were. I don't know what 2021 is going to bring. It doesn't have the marquee titles that I was really waiting for. I mean, so far, my most eagerly awaited 2021 title is Studio Canal's Basic Instinct cover or disc, because like Die Hard, Jan de Bont's photography, there's never been a very good looking Basic Instinct disc available. They put out some great special editions of it. Lionsgate put it out once with an ice pick, like in a plastic fake ice with an ice pick.
The DVD with the ice pick. Yeah. I think I have the
I mean, that was cool. That was cool to look at, but it wasn't. The transfer was it just hasn't been great. And like with Die Hard, I mean, I first bought Die Hard letterboxed on a beautiful Laserdisc back in the 80s. But even then, it never looked great until the new 4K release, because Jan de Bont's photography was very difficult to duplicate. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Basic Instinct in all of its glory when it finally, in 4K, at least I hope, is going to look better than it's ever looked. So for me right now, that is, of course, my most eagerly awaited piece of physical media. And I'm hoping maybe the other thing that I really want, which I've been hoping for 10 years now, is to get the Star Trek: The Motion Picture Director's Edition and all of that work that was done redone in hopefully 4K. That I really, really want. And those are the two things. I have no idea. There's no word on Star Trek: The Motion Picture being remastered. I've heard rumblings and things like that, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. But that's what I'm waiting for. Is there something? Do you have like a Grail disc that you want in 2020? Is there something or 2021 that you can't wait for?
At the moment, not really anything on the rise. But we talked about there are some strange things coming out with the Demon set in 4K. Yeah. With Perdita Durango in 4K, so there are some titles coming, but they were not on my list of looking for these movies. But but I like to get surprised of what is coming out, which I don't expect were coming out, like Perdita Durango.
Right. I mean, I think that's what's really exciting is that we don't always know, and the fact that these boutique companies are doing they're doing Perdita Durango, 2 Alex de la Iglesia films, Day of the Beast and Perdita Durango, both movies that I've owned in multiple formats over the years. I first owned Perdita Durango as an import DVD because it was uncut, and it was great to get that. And I'm a big fan of Day of the Beast as well. So hopefully we'll be getting more and more of those things. There are movies that I already own that are worth getting, like the Train, the Frankenheimer movie, the Train with Burt Lancaster is being re-released by Warner Archive. Same with The Man Who Would Be King. Those are coming out next week.
In Germany, will the Crazies from George R. Romero come out in a 3-disc media book?
Yeah, I want to get that
in March. Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Crazies. That's a great movie. And the Rutger Hauer film Blind Fury is coming out next week. And also Walter Hill's.
It's as far as I know from Mills Creek. So the reviews from that disc are not that really great considering the quality. And don't forget, you talked on Melissa Views about it. Crossroads comes out as well.
That comes out next week. I can't wait to get that. I love Crossroads, the Walter Hill film with Ralph Macchio. Yeah. But again, it's Mill Creek, so who knows what that's going to look like. I mean, I don't know.
But considering Crossroads, I take the disc anyway because I don't believe the movie wasn't even released on DVD, or am I wrong?
I don't think it was released on DVD. I had it on Laserdisc.
Yeah,
and that's happened. A lot of movies have fallen beneath the cracks.
Through the cracks, yeah.
And Arrow's got some stuff like I want to get Joint Security Area.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get that.
I'm really hoping they do
Korean
a
film.
Nice new transfer of the movie.
Well, it's Arrow, so I think that it will be. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting that. They've done a really, really, really good job of bringing Asian films to us when they do. But I'm just looking up, like in January, there's only a few things that are coming out, that being one of them, that I'm interested in getting. I mean, they're also putting out Upstream Color. I want to get that Southland Tales disc and Synchronic.
Yes, the 2 cuts, yes.
And then the Gamera box set I slept on, so I want to get those Arrow box sets of the Gamera movies. Those are coming out. Yeah. And but there's all this weird stuff, bizarre. As I'm looking through the list here, there's a lot of strange things I don't necessarily know, but stuff I might want to own.
Would be a cat in the bag.
Definitely a cat in the bag. There's some cat in the bag buys, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I think that for the most part, again, I think 2021 is a year which I'm not necessarily waiting for something. I just kind of want to see what's coming out. They are releasing Criterion's releasing the Parallax View and the Wong Kar-wai box set, which I cannot wait for. Which is going to be fantastic to get that. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a movie called The Devil Times 5 that's coming out that I kind of liked that. It's not the greatest movie.
Considering the back catalog titles, we almost have them all. At least we think we have them all.
Right.
Until the you see it on the list appear. Oh, I totally forgot about that movie.
Right.
But we think we have all back catalog titles.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we're just looking for the new stuff that will come out. But
yes, And it's always fun to see what is going to come out and when things are going to come out and if they're going to come out. So at this point, what seems to be coming out, at least in the first quarter of this year, is interesting catalog titles. There's not anything like Dawn of the Dead. I mean, not something I was waiting for all year. So, but that's okay.
That's not a big prestige title at the moment. But let's see what the year holds for us, and let's be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the way to be. 200 Watt Studio sends in a super chat and asks if we can explain the Rollerball controversy. Well, there were two things that happened with Rollerball, and I should show that what we're talking about here is, I think it was Cape Town. Was it Cape Town that made Rollerball? Cape Light. Pardon me, Cape Town. Cape Light. So here is the beautiful, again, another German release. This is the Cape Light Rollerball domestic, or a German release. It's in a huge box, and Houston number 6, Jonathan's number, and in it, it's the definitive. I've shown this before, but you've got all kinds of rollerball swag in here, and it also has John McTiernan's Rollerball. Not that anybody needs that. But what happened with this? There's a book. I mean, it's a really great special edition, and I love the 1975 Rollerball. It's one of my favorite 70s dystopian movies. I think it's fantastic. I've always loved it ever since I was a little kid. But the transfer, again, when they're doing 4K transfers, the transfer it didn't look like it necessarily used the best elements. I thought it looked better. What's interesting, though, is when people complain about transfers a lot of the time, I don't trust them because they don't know what they're looking at. There's a lot of people that actually put transfers up on scopes. Like if you go to Spare Change, is that? Yeah. And there's a couple other channels that actually put up transfers on scopes and look at them and give you actual real data. But there's a lot of websites that review things that they don't really know what they're looking at. And, Rollerball was made in 1975. It's grainy, and it has a lot of it doesn't look like a Pixar movie. So a lot of people complained about the transfer. I thought the transfer looked better than it had looked ever before on video. So I enjoyed it.
The transfer was totally fine. It was only the audio that got
well, then the audio had a problem where it was out of sync.
Yeah.
And a lot of that 4K, happened.
It was strange. The 4K had an audio sync issued about 4 frames that were out of sync. So it was, I said, barely noticeable because 4 frames is not that much, let's say. So This was only the 4K. And then you had the other one. There was, help me, Rob. Let's first do the remake. Considering the remake, there was something with the surround channels. They were switched or something like this. And this was already on the normal release. Right back. So this mistake was always there. That had to get changed. And there was some stuff with the German audio tracks. Because they went really all out and put out 5 audio tracks on this disc. So you've got the original mono and stereo and surround and 5.1. So they put a lot of effort in it instead of doing one track which would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, look, this
they wanted to satisfy every customer, unfortunately, but there was some audio issues with it.
Well, I think one of the real problems that isn't talked about a lot in terms of physical media, and it's something I guess we're going to have to deal with, is that there's a lot of people at the studios that used to work there that aren't there anymore. Like the QC people and the people that really understand what materials are available, because most of the major studios have downsized their departments. They had separate physical media departments, separate DVD and home entertainment divisions. All of those have been folded into other divisions in cost-cutting measures. And the fact is, unfortunately, you've got physical media has been plummeting 15 to 20% every year. I mean, streaming has skyrocketed, but when people are streaming, you don't have collectors bitching and moaning and complaining about, the surround channels are reversed, which is too bad because to me, it's like you have to preserve these things. The studios, their legacy is what's worthwhile, and eventually, every single movie has some kind of value, especially if you put it up on streaming, it pains me to know that our major studios aren't necessarily being the caretakers of our cinematic legacy the way they should be, which is why it's so great that these boutique companies are stepping in. But as I've said before, I've talked about on Robservations that the difference for our physical media is that we have about 20 to 25 years when pop culture is like relevant, and then it kind of fades into the background because you have a new generation of people watching. And if you think about just human life, I mean, how many people are interested in watching movies devoutly the way they did when they were younger? And as we move further, and every decade that goes by, we're further away from the older movies, and the younger generation now. This is not a criticism. It's just that they don't embrace the old. I'm not going to watch a black and white movie. Well, that means then, okay, well, why would we spend money to restore those movies? And it's a bummer. And so,
considering 200 Watt Studios, if you were on the fence of getting the Rollerball, from my perspective, you can buy it. You will get the exchange disc with the set. So from my perspective, you can buy it. If you were hesitant, should I get the Rollerball set or not?
Oh yeah, no, I love having this set. I mean, first of all, this has to be. I mean, this is fabric. This is a fabric box, and it's one of my favorite. The fact that they did it this way, and that you have Jonathan's number and the Houston team. I mean, it's funny. I just wish it said like, Jonathan E. or whatever here, but whatever. It's got the Houston team logo.
And the great new special features.
Oh yeah,
that are on the discs.
There's just great stuff in here. There's a magnet, magnet.
Because
clasp.
from my perspective, Rob, I didn't know that the Rollerball scenes were shot in Germany. Didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I have the Aero Rollerball too. I've got the MGM Rollerball, the Aero Rollerball. I think I still have my laser disc of Rollerball.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been a huge fan of this movie, so it's really great to have it. So, to me, if you're like us, if you're a fan of these movies, well, you got to buy it.
Definitely.
And then you didn't send me mine until you had the replacement discs, which is great.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I love having it. It's just.
But as far as I know, if you order it from Cape Light, you will get the exchanges extra with your order.
Can you order directly from Cape Light? Do they sell internationally?
Yeah. If they sell internationally from their own shop, I actually don't know that, Rob. Possibly it could be, but I actually don't know. They have their own shop, but if they send out internationally, I actually don't know. Can't give you any information about it. We would have to check.
Justin Toner says, our own moderator says, "Hey, Rob and Dieter,
someone from the Zoom party.
Besides the 4K Total Recall, the 4K Pitch Black, and the 4K Flash Gordon Arrow sets I showed off on the New Year's Eve Zoom party, I got the 4K Tremors Arrow set yesterday in the mail. It's great.
Awesome.
It's great. Those Arrow sets are great. And again, for us physical media collectors, they certainly look great when you have them up on the wall in your collection and line them up. The Tremors set's really nice. I mean, again,
in the Tremor set there is this little gift certificate for the shop of the John Wayne. You have this little 50 cent off or something.
Yeah, it's let's see. I'll show it's here. I'll show it to you.
Check it if you find it. Little gift certificate.
Walter Chang's Market.
Like, yeah, right. That's great. 50% off. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I mean, they just do it right. It's so much fun. They have so much fun. Yeah. But yeah, so
still have to watch the 4K edition.
You know what I just realized? I did not realize this until just now. They did not send me this is not the 4K version.
What?
I ordered the 4K version. I opened it up. I mean, I figured, well, it's got the black. It never occurred to me, but this black disc says Blu-ray. They sent me the wrong version, and I already opened it up. Damn it. Oh, well.
We'll have to rectify the situation.
I'll have to, It's Tremors. Do I need it in 4K? Probably, but yeah, I don't know. See, you find stuff out.
But as far as I know, the Blu-ray is from the 4K transfer.
Right.
As
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So, no, it is. But that's just funny. I didn't even notice that until I literally just took off. I didn't pay any attention. I just opened it up before the show.
Yeah, they totally look similar.
Yeah,
And
they
if
look
you
exactly
have
the same.
A black outer casing on the armory, it's hard to differentiate.
No, maybe it makes it harder. But it's funny because I bet the Blu-ray, I bet the 4K had a big silver sticker that said HDR on the front of it. But
correct.
When they sent it to me, and you know what? I didn't even look. Well, there's getting orders canceled and not looking. But hey, it's an identical set to the 4K aside from the fact that it doesn't have the 4K disc in it. But everything else is there. But again, Arrow, you can't go wrong. So,
Nope.
I mean, do I need Tremors in 4K? Sure, possibly. But
you can probably wait until it comes out in a standard MRA and then wait for a Schnäppchen price.
I'll get a Schnäppchen and put in my 4K 4K disc in there. Yeah, definitely. I don't have to now that I got the special edition material. I'll probably do that. By the way, Loyal Fan 99 became a member of the channel, and DKG Custom became a member. Thank you for becoming members of the channel. So yeah, I mean, I guess as far as it goes, I just don't have. We still have one of our episodes that got inverted, episode number 6, which
and you
we
finally
will drop.
decided to do Tenet on Elizabeth.
Yeah, we're going to do Tenet. I don't know if we're going to do it tonight or tomorrow, but we are going to do Tenet on Elizabeth. By the way, that is a spectacular disc. That disc looks incredible. Big fan.
Definitely.
But other than that, Dieter, I don't know. I think that this live show, I love doing the live shows. It's fun. And 200 Watt Studio says, did I already say that he has the Arrow and the Twilight Time Blu-rays of Rollerball? I do too. I got the Twilight Time Blu-ray of Rollerball, which is okay. The Arrow one is good. And the original Snapper DVD, one of my favorite films. Yeah, I mean, I love Rollerball. I've always loved Rollerball. And it's good to have these special editions, I'll tell you that. So, hey.
Should be in any collection.
Yeah, but it's disheartening about the Amazon thing, about Amazon UK and how they have to figure out Brexit. You would have thought that they would have known this was coming, so they would have just shifted over. So
I was expecting something like that when they canceled Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage, but that was probably for the best considering the reviews of the movie.
Yeah.
But that was the first sign that I thought there is something coming, because they canceled this one first, the other one no. But then I've got 10 emails: canceled. But I had a nice chat with someone from Amazon. He will get behind it, and at the moment they have a notice on the site if you put up a Blu-ray that says, with the custom stuff, if you're shipping outside the UK. So I hope they will rectify the situation. So abwarten und Tee trinken. Let's be patient.
Right. It's funny. I mean, the only other thing that I did pre-order, I did go get that after everyone. I saw it on a number of channels. I did get that Beastmaster box set from Vinegar Syndrome. I had to get that.
Great.
You can't not get
definitely.
that. So
no. I was blown away with it.
Well,
but
at
that
times,
kind of movie.
Yeah, of course. And what a great thing. And now I guess is the time to catch up.
The extra mile for that, or 2 or 3.
Well, now I'll have to go get all the Arrow titles that I've missed that I didn't get at their sales or whatever. Catch up on the things that you've missed. That's all you can do. But I also take solace in the fact that it's okay that there isn't Blu-rays that I'm buying. Perhaps I should put money into savings for my old age.
Because we all know they will be probably worth nothing.
They will be worth nothing. But that's okay. I can be buried in them. They can just bury me in all my physical media. But
like I told you, still got a dead format, no?
Yeah, but hey, You know, you can remember Laserdiscs are dead, HD DVD is dead, DVDs are still around, VHS tapes are dead. That's what we've got to see. Well, listen, I think a good episode of the show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank our moderating staff. Joshua Levesque is here. MC Blackcap is here. Justin Toner is here, even though he's sending in super chats and all that, which is great. Joshua Rosowskis is here. Hey, Josh, how are you? I hope everything is good where you are. It's good to see you out here. I hope you had a good holiday season. Joshua Rosowskis is not a moderator, but he's always in our hearts, just so you know. So I want to thank everybody. And remember, you can always go to the Post-Geek Singularity Facebook page. You can also go to the Whining About Movies Facebook page and the Let's Get Media Facebook page and the Fully Articulated Facebook pages. And soon, by the way, we're going to have a Tango Shalom YouTube page up where we're going to have the trailer debut this week sometime. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if there's going to be a physical media release of Tango Shalom. Maybe there will be. Who knows? I don't know. We shall see. Well, do you have anything to say before we sign off?
No, actually we are finished. But I hope you will find some time to watch the movies that you did get from Saarbrücken, Deutschland.
By the way, oh yes, I will. I did want to point out that Amazon has the Friday the 13th box set for $50 off. So it used to be $159. Now it's $109. And that is a really good price for that. That means the movie.
It's a Schnäppchen, Rob.
It's a Schnäppchen. It is a Schnäppchen. Well, on that note, I think we will end episode 9 of Let's Get Physical Media.
Live long and prosper, everybody. Rob, see you at your show and start collecting.
That's right. Don't be a pure streamer. All right, we are